live again on Instagram and Facebook. So, hello, how are you? Good, I hope. Okay, so this is a bit of meditation. It's not a class, it's just a chance to meditate together. If you're used to meditating, great. If you could just hang on for a couple of minutes while I explain what I do for people who are not used to meditating. Because meditation is talked about a lot, but often people sort of quietly say to me, what's actually involved there? So it seems to be like it's almost expected that you should know how to meditate. So I'll just talk about what I do. There's lots of different schools of meditation, and this is just what I do. So for me, the most important thing is why I meditate, because if without a good reason, I wouldn't do it. I haven't got much discipline. I haven't got any discipline in that regard. But once there's a good reason, that's no problem. So for me, I want to go to or connect with a place inside me that I'm very familiar with, but not consciously. It's where I go to every night when I go to sleep. So when I go to sleep, I'll go down through thinking, then I'll go into dreaming, and then I drop out the bottom of dreaming. I'm in this place that there's no thoughts, there's no personality, there's no body, there's no me as I know myself normally. It's just this empty place. It's a bit like death. So it's funny like that I kind of run to that place every night, like, oh, I can't wait to go to sleep. And then when I wake up in the morning, I'm refreshed. So some part of me knows that it's good, that wherever I go, it's good. So that's where I go to when I meditate, or it's my intention to go to that place, but to go there consciously when I'm awake rather than when I'm asleep. So that's the most important thing for me, is to sort of know where I'm headed. And then once I know that, then because as I said, there's no thinking there, I have to make a little kind of arrangement with my mind and go, could you just not think for 15 minutes? I'm going to do a bit of meditation. And my mind, of course, goes, oh yeah, I love meditation. I love the idea of being a meditator. It's great. I've read all about it. It's brilliant. And that's great. The difficult thing is, though, that my mind is just very used to thinking. So for my mind to stop thinking for 15 minutes is a bit like asking my body to stop breathing for 15 minutes. It's very difficult. And there's a kind of a misconception with meditation that you need to be completely still and empty, and if you're not still and empty, if you're thinking at all, you're doing it wrong. That's not my experience at all, and it's not where the power of meditation is as far as I experience it, because there's two kind of aspects to why meditation is powerful. Number one, the fact that you would pause in your day, that you would stop the momentum of your day and say, you know what, I'm just going to take 15 minutes out of 16 to 18 hours that I'm awake, that I'm just going to pause and focus on something that is very deep inside me. That's something that is maybe eternal, something that's maybe more real than all of this stuff, bank accounts and eating and showering and all the other stuff we get up to, which is great, but just stop the day and go, I'm just going to spend 15 minutes focusing on this deeper part of me. That's powerful. And then the fact that you keep bringing your mind back to not thinking, that's very powerful as well. It's powerful because, after about the 20th time that you realize you're thinking and you're bringing it back, somewhere inside you have this, it has the effect of, without even saying it, you're going, well, if I am noticing myself thinking, I couldn't be my thinking. So like one instant before you realized you were thinking, and oh, it's better stop thinking, I must come back to meditation. Before that, you could have been completely involved and like fully in the thought. That person said that thing to me and they don't understand me, and then, oh, I'm thinking. And then you're like, pull back. So if you're not your thoughts, or if you pull back from your thoughts and you observe yourself thinking, which is what happens when you realize you're thinking, oh, that's where I'm supposed to be meditating, bring myself back, then you realize that you are not your thoughts and you're not your emotions. That's very powerful as well. So in the course of 15 minutes, I might find myself thinking 200, 300, 400 times. It's quite common. And if I get, 4 or 5 seconds in a row in the mystery part of it, I'm doing great. Okay, so I just say that to you too, and I've been meditating for years. If you're new to meditation, I'm saying that to you so that if you find yourself thinking, to not add to it by giving yourself a hard time about it with this misconception that you shouldn't be thinking at all and you should be completely zen and still and all that kind of thing. That happens, but it's a bonus if it does. So to stop thinking is easy enough. It's the maintaining it is the hard bit. So to stop thinking, your thoughts are pretty much like your TV. They're made up of pictures and sound. So to stop thinking, you just turn off the pictures and you turn off the sound. That's it, you're not thinking. And as soon as you're not thinking, you're there. You're in that place. Now, you can have feelings of dropping down into somewhere and traveling somewhere. That's all fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But that'll be your nervous system's readjusting. It gives you those kind of sensations. But they are not necessary to be there. Like as soon as you stop thinking, you're there. So, concurrently with all that, with all the not thinking business, I'm also scanning my body for tension. So rather than just be kind of vague, because it's vague enough in there already, I have a little system that I use where I just kind of start off with my head and work my way down to my feet and then back up again. And anywhere I find tension, I just breathe it. I just use my out breath to let it go. I pay particular attention to anywhere that goes across my body. My body's mostly longitudinal, but anywhere it goes across, I'll spend particular attention because it's a place that forms a corner inside and a place that can have tension in it. So my eyes, my jaw, shoulders, respiratory diaphragm, elbows, transverse, wrist, fingers, all my intestines, because they're all gone all sorts of different ways in there, my pelvic diaphragm, my hips, my knees, my ankles and my feet. So I'll just pay particular attention to them. I set a timer because I don't want to be thinking about how long I've been meditating, which I'll do. I will be wondering, is it 10 minutes? Is that 15? So I set a timer. If you're new to meditation, 15 minutes can be a long time. So I would suggest you set maybe a little timer for 5 minutes and just do that 3 times. Because 15 minutes can be a long time. Okay, so if you have any questions or you are want to say anything about how your practice is going, feel free to leave it in the comments and I can address them when we come out. But for now, we'll get into it. Okay, so 15 minutes starting from now. let me just have a quick look and see if there were any questions. Right, everybody's waving. Hello. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Michael. Okay, no. Good. All right, well, thanks for meditating with me, and maybe see you tomorrow for some more meditation. All right, bye.